Okay, I guess they're almost done, so I should be able to see. Happy birthday, Jovan, dear. Happy things will come to you all year. If I had a wish, then it would be a happy birthday to you from me. That's the intro song. What up, everybody? That song's ready for a remix. You're muted.
Oh my God. That's good. I wasn't saying anything worthwhile.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Calling It Now. We are, let's make the topic on the thing debate. Trump is bad. God is silly.
Trump is bad and also bad, and Trump is bad.
Did you ever notice Trump was bad?
I told Jimmy, and I'm going to say it again, I don't know when my limit will be reached.
Yeah.
The second it reaches, I'm clocking out.
It's going to be a mid call.
Literally, it'll be mid debate. I'll be like, yeah, and the reason why God isn't real, click.
Bloop. Bloop. Well, a little bit of news. Hey, by the way, if you want to call and debate us, 336-543-2101, we want to know why you believe in God. We want to know why you believe in Trump. What is Trump? Because those are both very flawed positions to hold. We don't think that either of those are good, justified positions, and you should stop believing in either of those individuals. Okay, I think they finished Super Chats over there, so I'm going to end their vertical stream. I'm controlling their simul stream over there.
Oh, that's funny. Did you ever end up talking to that guy that wanted to call and debate you on spirituality? Did he ever call back?
I don't remember. Wanted to call in and debate on, and why I said, yeah, I did. I think we went through a bunch of things. I feel like I remember just pretty much winning completely. Pretty sure I destroyed his ass. And I think he's going to call back after he thinks through some of the stuff we talked about.
When was the last time you lost a debate, Jimmy Snow?
I couldn't tell you the last time. I couldn't summarize the last debate I won. So it's hard to think. But on this show, I don't come. I know when to back off of topics because I don't come unless I'm ready to debate, unless I am secure. And it's, it's not that hard when people are calling in and it's like, okay, you guys are calling in fundamentally unprepared and I'm only going to talk about the shit I'm prepared on. There's a bit of an advantage there.
It's all right. I'm sure Euro travel will make us eat these words.
Yeah, he says he's going to do it. It'll probably be toward the end of the month because they're both traveling. He condescended to me a whole bunch, like legitimately so condescending. He was like basically saying, no,
still
you should come on
you don't
mine.
Use a case on your fucking phone.
What's that?
I said it still fucking blows my mind you don't use a case on your phone.
I got Apple Care. I got that sweet Apple Care. I bought
Jimmy
an orange
said, I'm not
phone.
one of you pores.
I bought an orange phone. You literally have more disposable income than me. Look at your background. Anyway, and you call yourself a socialist. Right, which means the government paid for them.
Wait, I didn't buy these from a company though. I bought these from a private individual. So I didn't. Yeah, you still bought. I didn't increase nobody's capital.
That's good. So Euro and travel. Apparently, that debate's going to happen probably toward the end of the month. My God, the way he was so condescending, and he was like, "No, you should do it on my channel the way I want to." When their production there, they literally show up from their phones. I was like, "We have superior production." And he was like, "Yeah, but I don't want you to mute me." I was like, "We're literally having you on air. You're not calling in." And he just kept complaining, but then he kept being like, "I get way more views than you." And I got him to send me his screenshot of his watch time. Because that's, for those of you who don't know, YouTube doesn't care how many subscribers you have. You have to get a certain foundation to be able to unlock monetization. Beyond that, nothing. They don't care about how many views you get. They care about your watch time. And your watch time is what you get paid on too, because for every however many of minutes, that's an ad gets served. So even when you look at how much you've been paid, they have you made this amount of money per mile, they call it, which is per some number of views, but it's actually about watch time. So anyway, Watch time's the only metric he had. And look, this guy gets like 7 million views a month. We over here only get 1.1 million views a month. Let's just round it down to 1 million to make it an easy number to work with. That was what he really wanted to hone in on. He gets 7 million views a month, and I get 1 million views a month. And guys, that does sound bad. This is why I knew to ask for watch time. And you should all know, check watch time, which unfortunately I don't think YouTube will actually show you. So I got him to send me a screenshot of his watch time. After he said he actually has more watch time than not just me, but also Jovan. Anyway, he says he has more watch time than us. I get him to send a screenshot. It's 45,000 hours across 7 million views. That's not bad, guys. That's not bad. Now remember, we have 1 million views a month, 350,000 hours. So just for those of you trying to do the math, on this channel alone, with 1/7 the viewership, we do 7 times the watch time. I believe that math comes out to doing roughly 50 times better. And the math breaks down to his viewers on average watch for 23 seconds, ours on average watch 17 minutes. So anyway, it was a really very funny little back and forth we had in our, I let him hold me in those DMs too much. And he kept trying to start the debate in DMs and kept trying to say dumb stuff like, you're trying to live as you say you're a socialist, but you're living as a capitalist. But then he kept giving me warnings about like how hard they're going to make it for us. And I was literally like, every single thing you've said in this chat is the dumbest shit. I'm not worried about it. Anyway, he's bringing a veteran with him that he said, be warned, he's going to come with stats, which I assume he's going to do the like Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, Tim Pool thing of like, I'm going to bring a specific obscure stat, anchor everything to it, and then because no one will prepare for that obscure stat, I'm going to declare victory when a person just says like, yeah, I'm not familiar with what you're talking about, but I doubt your interpretation of it is true. That's
I'm going to be prepared for the obscure stat.
Yeah, we can live fact check pretty quick. It's not that hard in this format. Anyway, I was told there would be no fact checking.
I was told there would be no reading.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone know what that's from?
I feel like The Office?
No, it's from like an SNL skit.
Oh. Anyway, yes, correct. 23 seconds is people scrolling. And look, there are plenty of hate watchers here, but our live chat is majority people who want to be here. I've watched Euro's live chat. It's a different live chat, guys. Anyway, I'm sinking to his level. A lot of condescension. Wanted to bring up my age. Kept saying I've been a YouTuber for 15 years. He wants to compare how successful he reckons he's going to be versus how successful he perceives me as being. It's very funny. I'm looking forward to that debate.
That's pretty funny though, not gonna lie.
Yeah. He thinks like I got my first
I'm not as big now,
100,000,
but just you wait.
I jumped from like 10,000 to 100,000 subscribers in like 6 weeks when I had my first like jump. I got it, guys. You maybe don't count your chickens before they hatch, because at the pace I was going, I should be at like 100 million by now.
No, I'm slow going. I haven't hit that 100K mark.
Yeah, subscriptions also is just there's a group of people who will do it, but most of us, including me, I'm getting better at hitting subscribe to not be a dick. Most of us don't even hit subscribe. We just rely on our algorithms to deliver it to us. Anyway, that phone number there, if you want to debate us on God or politics, it's up there, 336-543-2101, 336-543-2101. We want to talk to you. We want to hear from you, and we want to know, can you show me? I want to know about the strangers like me.
Do you eventually get the recipe for the windmill?
I've only ever bought windmills, but it's an unlimited buy. Okay. We're talking about Pocopia people. And also send us your MAGA dads, guys. Send us your MAGA dads.
True. I want to do an entire show that's just debating people's dads.
I
know that's mostly what we're doing now, but I think most of the guys that call into us are single men.
I want to do an entire season. Like, I'm not joking. I could just do that as my career. Just dads. Just MAGA dads. I'd be fine.
You would just do dads for your whole career?
Send us your MAGA dads. Yes, I just want to do dads.
Jimmy Snow in his Bonnie Blue era?
Also, while you're here, we will read out super chats. Hopefully, we'll get in as many as possible before Jovan taps out. But we will be reading super chats for Jovan. So send Jovan a super chat wishing him a happy birthday. It is his birthday.
To tap out when my birthday ends. That's the goal. Yeah,
midnight.
Midnight my time.
You're not one of those, I got a birthday weekend, I got a birthday month, I got a birthday.
Oh, no. Tomorrow's still my birthday. Okay. Let's keep it $150, okay?
My partner the day after my birthday, she goes, happy birthday. I was like, okay.
That's actually
we were not raised the same.
Did we ever talk about how like half of my first interaction with meeting Luthien was her just absolutely shitting on me for no reason?
What? I don't remember that. What'd she do?
You don't remember? What did she like? She like laughed in my face about something. I don't remember what it was. I do remember
that. Yeah. There was okay. I've already explained this, people. If anything, Jovan is now bullying Luthien. No. Luthien has, as a quality, I think somehow of her ADHD, I don't know how it is, Luthien compulsively laughs when she shouldn't, and she can't hold it in. This was I fucking wiped out, misstepped on a sidewalk, twisted my ankle, went down hard. And while she's trying to make sure I'm okay, she is laughing at me who is in pain. She can't. Anyway, what was it, Luthien? You can defend yourself. Luthien, what was it?
I don't even remember.
I'm pretty sure it was something that had to do with a brownie, but I remember we asked chat about it, and chat said that it was funny and they would have laughed too. So
it was something that had to do with a brownie?
Now I really
don't
remember.
Like a cookie or a brownie or something.
Was it that you thought a brownie was a cookie? That seems like the kind of thing you would say.
I mean, I had a cookie while I was there, right?
Remember.
Did I have a cookie?
What was
it? You were saying that a bite is how many chews instead of like a full bite.
Yeah. There's a bite and chew thing. I would have laughed in your face too if I'd known it would hurt your feelings that much.
No, it's just the way Luthien laughed like a bully laughs at you when they think you're really stupid.
No, I just have a witch laugh. I have like a really obnoxious.
I love her laugh.
High pitched.
Liquidy Shit said, I just beat Pocopia yesterday. Fun game. Well, is there such thing as beating it? But I think I know what you mean. Unless you're saying you have all the Pokemon, which that's crazy. That's crazy. And somebody's definitely doing some clock spoofing. And I do not abide a clock spoofer.
I'm time traveling. 100%.
I don't do it. I'm doing it.
I'm not waiting till 5 a.m. every time I want to build a Pokemon Center.
Go get Tinkaton.
No, I can just change my Switch's time to the next day. What is the difference? Wait. If you're just using an in-game method to do the same thing I'm doing, what's the difference?
But the in-game method is spread it out over time and continue to play this game with you play the game you want to play. You want to play the game you want to play. I don't save scum and I don't time travel. All right, guys, that's just who I am.
Play boringly. I became back when Animal Crossing was a thing, I was like dealing the shit out of the turnip trade. Like I basically would time travel my island until I got a really good turnip number. Then I would go on to it was this turnip stock exchange website, and you would put your island code.
Yeah.
And so I had it so that people had to funnel into my island from the airport, and they couldn't go anywhere on the island except to to sell turnips. That's all they could do is they could get to sell their turnips. And then I would sit on a chair behind a desk where they could put bells to tip me to be on my island. And I would just do this all day.
Bro, I feel like I just did acid listening to that.
I had millions of bells. I was swimming.
I'm checking for trails. No, I'm not tripping. Hey,
that was great.
The phone number is 336-543-2101. In the meantime, while MAGA decides and Christians decide and theists decide whether or not they want to call in and challenge us, go ahead and send a super chat with a happy birthday message to Jovan. It may sound convenient because we just did this. You feel like there's some deja vu, but Jovan's birthday is today. It is today. He is today years old.
Even better if you insult Jimmy in the message.
Yeah, I mean, that's... Is it really? I mean, it's like... Literally, my birthday merch said, fuck your birthday. At this point, I assume the insults are people loving me. That's how I've...
I will say, not to harp on Pocopia, it might be one of the funniest written Nintendo games I've ever played.
Funniest written.
It's funny. The shit these Pokemon be saying is fucking hysterical.
Okay, but I feel like I see a through line to the Pokemon they randomly try to give bad 90s AAVE. Is that what it's called? And it's not great. The first one is a boombox Pokemon. The second one is a pile of trash. I'm trying to remember who the third one was.
Trubbish.
I'm just like, yeah.
I hate Trubbish as a Pokemon. Like, as a Pokemon, I hate Trubbish so unbelievably much.
Do you like the keys?
Klefki? No, I hate Klefki too.
Doesn't surprise me.
I hate Klefki. I hate Trubbish. I hate Pokemon that are just things. It's like,
Klefki
so what came
Mega.
first? Stupid. What came? Trubbish has a Mega.
Does he?
Not a Mega. No, he's a Dynamax. He's a
Gigantamax.
Dynamax.
Yeah.
Or Gigantamax. I don't like Pokemon that are things because my question is always what came first. So does Trubbish look like trash, or did all humans make their trash to look like Trubbish?
Right. That
the only one that it makes sense, like
Voltorb,
makes sense that humans would have designed Pokeballs off of this Pokemon.
But
makes
clearly
total
there's some
sense.
theories that you can pretty rapidly change as Pokemon. So even like changing species, like, I mean, Cubone, but Kangaskhan becomes Cubone in a single generation. And so adaptability.
What are
you don't know the
about
lore
Kangaskhan?
behind.
That's not real lore though.
Yeah, it is.
That's fan theory stuff.
What do you mean that's not real lore?
That is not a real thing. Kangaskhan becomes Cubone.
I think that's pretty much the case. Well, then what is the Pokemon that is Cubone when he doesn't put the skull on his head? You think every Cubone actually has a dead mom?
There are some Pokemon, I think I said this to you before, there are some Pokemon that it only makes sense if there's one of them.
But I'm saying that doesn't make sense. If Cubone is a Pokemon plus his mom's skull, then there's a Pokemon that is that Pokemon when he just takes the skull. I just think it's a
canon event that every Cubone's mom dies.
But we already know that's not the case because we know from the show the Marowak, who was the mother to a Cubone and had their own skull head.
Or maybe you're thinking of the lore that they had in the first game that doesn't exist anymore, and Cubone just has a head that looks like a skull.
Bro, where are the callers? Hey, MAGA theist.
I don't know, but I was enjoying talking about Pokemon.
I'll debate you on Pokemon. We did do that one thing. You did beat me in the remembering, just trying to remember the list of 151. But I didn't have.
Yeah, but if we went any generation after one, I'm doing terribly.
You toast.
Yeah, I'm toast.
Look what he said. I date skipped a lot, lol. But no, I mean I beat by completing all main quests and seeing the last cutscene. I actually don't even know if I've seen the last cutscene. I know that I have unlocked the last island, but I would guess that I probably haven't seen the last cutscene.
I like when you hang out with Pokemon, like you hang out with Piplup, and Piplup wants to swim with you, and it's like, well, just turn into me, and then we'll go swimming. And you're like, well, I can't. He's like, oh, you have trouble transforming like that. My bad. Well, let's go find Lapras, and then you do Lapras, and you just fully transform into Lapras.
This seems easier.
You just hate Piplup.
Mackay in space says, "Happy birthday."
It's my birthday.
Stomp says, "Happy birthday, Jovan." Keep sending your happy birthday chats. So you can pay us while we wait for the first MAGA call. Man, it's never taken us this long to get our first MAGA caller. What's going on?
When was the last time we streamed at 10 p.m. though?
Well, like it's not that late in most of the country. Jeff says, "Happy birthday, Jovan. Should I call in about universal healthcare again? LMAO. Is it to finally admit that?" Sure. If you're still
Jeff,
against universal healthcare, Jeff, sure. But you've literally gotten wrecked on this 9 times. So you're going to have to tell us why universal healthcare is bad. Get your dad, Jeff.
If you call in about universal healthcare again, I would debate your dad, Jeff. If you call in about universal healthcare again, I'm going to assume you have a degradation kink. It's all that makes sense. Yeah.
Poll in the chat. Do you have a MAGA dad? Is your dad wrong? Who wants to call in and defend their MAGA dads? All MAGA dads are wrong. I'm just saying. Is Thrubbish the offspring of Marjorie the Trash Heap, cousin to Forky from Toy Story? Happy birthday.
Yo, that runoff election is going to, it's looking like Marjorie's seat is going to flip blue.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, in the election prior to the runoff's going to be in April, but right now I think the Democratic candidate was leading 45 to 36.
Dude, they are like, MAGA is destroying itself. After years of trying. And, look, that doesn't mean we shouldn't have tried. The whole thing was, guys, for years we told you this is what was coming. And so we tried to see if it was possible by telling enough people that what you're seeing is what was going to happen, that you could get people off the train and you could stop it before it got worse. Unfortunately, the stopping it before it got worse didn't happen.
I said this on my news podcast like 2 days ago, that it's very clear the reaction that they have about the midterms makes it very clear they do not think the midterms are going to go Trump's way. They're so worried. And the reaction that they have with the whole trying to get a third term is clear they don't think Trump can win again.
Yeah. Yep.
Not that they don't think Trump can win. They don't think that anybody else can win that isn't Trump. Like, they have no faith in JD Vance, so they have to get Trump a third term because they have no faith that JD Vance can win an election on his own.
I feel like they're even backing off of the third term Trump thing, though, because Donald Trump isn't delivering on anything. Who's that?
Bannon isn't.
Well, yeah, Bannon doesn't. Bannon, and neither did Goebbels ever stop. Bannon's an idiot. But a lot. There's not a popular sentiment anymore. I don't even think Trump people who are watching right now, I don't think any of you would now vote for him for a third term. I think if a primary happened today, because you saw Nikki Haley did pretty good in the primary against him, I think they would pick a man. It wouldn't be Ron DeSantis. I think he would have an actual challenge, and I think that Donald Trump would probably lose his Republican primary this time around because people are like pretty ready to actually get a guy who's not going to go to, who's actually, you know what, the honest thing would be like, hey, Donald Trump said he was going to deliver on affordability. Here are the reasons he made it worse. I'll just undo those.
Trump literally said that if you vote in Kamala Harris, a vote for Kamala Harris is a vote for war with Iran.
Right.
And now look at us.
There was that meme that all the Republicans were spreading was like, it was a kid. It's like, I don't want to go to war with Iran. And then there's like a yelling liberal woman and she's like, too bad, I want a woman president. And it's literally like, boy, this aged like milk. Dinosaur Mermaid Art says you have to remember that any lore that only exists in a Pokédex entry might have been written by an unsupervised 11-year-old. I wrote those guys. Jeff says, I want my dad to call in. I want your dad to call in. Get him.
That's a good point. Do you know what somebody mentioned in a tweet that I read? They were like, Professor Oak's really fucking bad at his job. Because he's like, I'm a professor of Pokemon. I know so much about them. There's only 150 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. There's actually thousands.
And now I'm going to send an 11-year-old to go and figure them out for me, guys. I'm going to look. His job was to get Ash out of the house so he could get in the house more to tap that ass. Let's be so clear that that's what his job was. I guess that was Jovan's tap out. Well, no, I'm kidding. I think he's taking care of his family. Or he's going to bed. Wouldn't it be crazy if he was like, well, I hit it, and then he just doesn't come back? Hey, that phone number, 336-543-2101, 336-543-2101. We'll wait till he gets back to read your happy birthday post there, Green Man. Look, let's see how many people in chat have a MAGA dad. 22% of people who have voted so far in the chat have a MAGA dad. Hey, by the way, double click the screen to like and put this in more people's feeds so we can increase our shot at some new callers. We want some people. I don't know. Maybe all MAGA goes to bed. Maybe they've just given up. Like, legitimately, I don't think MAGA still thinks Donald Trump is a good president. I think anymore they, in a very defeated way, are like, well, that's the team I said I'm on, so I guess I'll go and defend him and give up every time somebody brings up, like, nobody's saying that the Ayatollah is a good guy. Nobody's saying that Iran wasn't oppressed. We're saying what he's doing isn't helping them. We're saying that what he did was illegal. We're saying that he is not the man to trust with the job in the first fucking place. Yeah. Anyway, guys, the Donald Trump's just a terrible president. MAGA is a terrible ideology. And if you want to debate us on that and explain to us why we're wrong, why we in fact should be MAGA, why we in fact should be all up into God and Jesus and all that stuff, The phone number's right there. It's 336-543-2101. We are ready for you right now. We are ready. Let's get ready. What else happened in the news? I might just pull up some news while I wait to see. By the way, interesting developments happening in the near future. We are going to start doing, I think, the podcast, The Line is a Podcast, which a lot of people, we haven't done a very good job marketing it, aren't even aware exists. We're going to start doing that as a live, probably before the show, before the call-in shows. However, there might be a period of time while we build up the audience that we do it in reverse so we can audience transfer. Anyway, that's a whole thing. Just going over the news and doing the recording live and then distributing it to the audio places. Anyway, 336-543-2101, MAGA. We're waiting for you. We're ready for you. You can call in and tell us why we're wrong at 336-543-2101. I don't know when Jovan's coming back. He sometimes just mysteriously disappears. He did it the other day too. We got some more birthday love coming in for him. We'll get him that as soon as he returns. Presuming he didn't go to bed. I'm just saying. Jeff, don't flatter yourself. I enjoyed our conversations, and chat needs to stop being so obsessed with me like LMAO guys. Jeff, it's hard to see somebody get corrected so hard on each time and still hold the same positions. You lost on all of them. If you have a new novel argument, you're welcome to call in, but you've lost on every single one. Jimmy, guess my dad's single tattoo. Is it MAGA? Does your dad have a MAGA tattoo? It's not a cult, guys. It's not a cult, but it wasn't enough to have him on my hat. I need him on my body. That's what ended up happening. Oh, boy. All right. Well, MAGA, you know how to call in. Let's see what's in the news today also. I'm more interested in politics, to tell you the truth. I think it's cool Matt Berry's going to be up to something. I like his voice. But, you know, welcome to Grifting 101. I can't really do you, but you know I'm trying to do Matt Berry. That's what's important. That's what's important for an impression. Let's see. 1 billion identity records exposed in ID verification data link. That sounds bad. Let's take a look at what's the deal with that. 1 billion identity records. Things like your name, home address, date of birth, even your social security number may have been sitting on the open internet. Researchers say an unprotected database tied to ID Merit, a company that claims to help business verify identities, exposed roughly 1 billion sensitive records across 26 countries. In the United States alone, more than 203 records were left unsecured. Well, that's bad. I don't have a thing to plug, like, get LifeLock. I don't have an affiliate or something to tell you guys. I don't know if LifeLock is the good one. Rick and Morty returns May 24th. I'm enjoying the post, Royland. I don't want to DM you, Jeff. Super chatting, you want to DM me. Why would I have you slipping in my DMs? This is my job. Do you understand? When people try to, like, even when people are like shitty in comments now, I've engaged way too much. I literally give a forum by which you can have full access to my audience and say it out loud and make your case. And at times the audience sides with you guys. You guys have an issue. You call in. This is my job. We ain't DMing. I don't even have a dad, let alone a MAGA dad. Well, I assume you have at some point had a dad. If by that we just mean the second contributor, a sperm donor at the very least. All right, I think Jovan's coming back. We can get Jovan a little bit of birthday love while we wait to see if any MAGA, any theists want to call in and defend their position. You can call in and debate us at 336-543-2101. International callers can connect via the link in the description. 336-543-2101, 336-543-2101. When you're not prepared for a show where you're soloing it and have some things in mind of what you're going to do, not having that person to bounce off of is harder than one would expect at this point. Also, I just feel like shit today. I've got this thing still happening in my back I was mentioning the other day. Put up a doctor's appointment, gonna get it checked out, make sure everything's okay. Anyway, 336-543-2101 if you want to call and debate us. Otherwise, it's going to be a read super chats. You guys will make us money in the interim. We'll just be reading super chats to the people who call in. We did do a very late night stream. I was curious what the call things would be like. I know on the weekends I've done it before, and you can get pretty good calls on weekends late at night, but it might be that this late on a Wednesday. Are all of your MAGA dads asleep? All right, here's what's going to be interesting. I'm going to take a note. Last chance to vote in the poll about whether or not you have a MAGA dad. I'm going to take a note of how many votes there are in a moment. So I'm going to give you like 1 minute to do it. Because then I want to ask how many of you have MAGA moms and just see how those compare, those numbers. Obviously, we won't be able to be sure that it's the same people voting, but it will be an interesting bit of information. So MAGA dads... and then number of votes, and then percentages is what we're going to find out. It'll be an interesting. All right, good. Jeff says, I understand, Jimmy, so I'll say it here. I wanted you to know that I support universal health care now. Our conversations have persuaded me. Well, that's good to hear. You will make a socialist of you yet. MAGA, if you'd like to call in and debate, that number is right there, 336-543-2101, 336-543-2101. It looks like I'm going to end the poll at about 400 and I'll just hit end now. Ending at 407 votes. We had 23% of the 407 people who voted yes. Now, let's find out. Do you have a MAGA mom? And let's see how these percentages compare. Because I'll be honest, I have higher expectations of women than men. And I suspect it's going to be lower, but it'll be interesting to find out. So we'll see how those numbers come in. Because it's like MAGA's not just Republican, not just conservative. It's not even just voted Trump. Because there's a lot of people who did those things you might just describe as Nazi sympathizers, but not Nazis. You could call it complicated. And I could see a person not wanting to assign MAGA to their mother when they are comfortable with their father. What about aunt? Is your aunt your mom? Then no. I'm sorry.
What about MAGA? What are we talking about?
We're talking about, so we did, the first poll had 407 votes. 23% of people said they had a MAGA dad. Now I'm finding out how many of them have MAGA moms.
Oh, so, MAGA moms, I think I can change them. Give me like one afternoon with your MAGA mom. Send them my way.
Euro and travel in trying to figure out other things to attack was like, how old are you? I don't remember how he sounds, but by his face, I think that might be it. And I just wrote, ask your mom and your dad.
And your dad is crazy.
Both of them. They both know. They both know. All right. The votes are coming in. Man, it's almost the exact same numbers. I mean, technically with a 1% advantage. So we got a lot of families just consistently. The parents have the same politics. I kind of thought it would be close, and but probably in the favor of the men. People. That's true. If we're talking about the MAGAs, hey guys.
Although would that be me calling our audience incest babies?
If you're in that 24%, know that I don't dislike you just because your parents are siblings. I mean, I think you are capable of being great, even if your immune system is probably all fucked up.
You ever play that game where you look at people and you go, if you ever play like are they dating or are they siblings? Great game.
Ew, no, I hate that game. That sounds terrible.
Great game.
I will say a lot of people in my family have dated people who I was like, why are you dating our mother? Why are you dating somebody who looks like our sibling? And that's been one thing that apparently is a normal thing, that people tend to date people they look related to. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever dated somebody that
I also think people tend to date people. The people tend to date people that look like them or their parents. Yeah.
And I maybe it's the resentment I've had from my parents from a young age. but I would actually go so far as to say there are people that I recognize are probably attractive that I don't find attractive because they remind me of my family members. Yeah. Anyway, my current partner, we don't look remotely related. She looks quite Norwegian. Is that the right one?
It's better than like Aryan.
I was gonna say like Netherlands, Viking. She looks like a Viking, but she's a bit of an elf lady. Anyway, 336-543-2101. We had somebody calling and they bailed. So I'm going to read some of these happy birthday messages. Maybe this ends up just being a happy birthday message stream because we started too late with too little notice. But if y'all know MAGA people, you want to hit like on the stream, you can help us find. We'll talk more about some of the news.
I just
the
think
dumb shit they're doing.
Less people are willing to debate MAGA because less people are able to defend it.
I
think the
agree.
more we go, people are realizing like, well, I really can't defend Donald Trump on half of this shit.
There was a period of time where they had things that it made it easier to lie or to misunderstand. If you were actually a Republican and go, oh, gas prices are technically down, so Donald Trump must be delivering everything when he had little to do with the gas prices going down. He's doing here's the thing I have in my head, dude. All right, you ready for my potential conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
Did we invade Venezuela to take the oil so you know how that oil is basically dirty, gross shit? So right now, what were we down to, like $40 or $60 a barrel? The cost of refining that shit would come out to like $80 to $100 a barrel, meaning at the cost to include that in the supply line would have raised prices. Did Donald Trump know he was going to attack Iran and that's why he invaded Venezuela? So that he knew gas prices were going to go up, but now he has control over a significant amount of oil and will benefit from a significant amount of oil that with the higher gas prices, people are still going to buy gas. And now his gas will be a little bit cheaper than the rest of the world when he caused the hyperinflation.
I'm usually very wary of a Jimmy theory, but this one I like.
Is this one cooking? I'm like,
this one might cook a little bit.
Literally, we are going to get to the point to where, because of Donald Trump, the gas that we are taking from Venezuela, that we took from Venezuela, that came in, that was too expensive to do the refinement of, it will no longer be more expensive than the other oil. So I think
Jimmy Snow cooked, chat.
Shit. Now I'm terrified. I hate when...
Yeah, it's not a good cook. Like, it's bad.
The moment one person's like, Jimmy's making sense, I'm like, shit, it's upon us. It's upon us. Yeah, anyway, 336-543-2101, 336-543-2101. I appreciate that a person is wanting to call in to debate the phrase all of a sudden. I have no interest in actually taking that as a debate. I'd rather do no calls than silly debates. That's what the comment section's for, but appreciate you trying, Luthien, if you will screen that next call, and then you can let the other person down if they didn't hear. Cooking with oil is funny. Yeah, I'm like, shit. Like, yeah, but does Trump have control of Venezuela? No, but he has a flow and already seized oil.
He has a puppet in Venezuela.
Yeah, right. The guy who's it's the same regime. It's crazy because they didn't really regime change since it was the guy's second in command. But Donald Trump now, basically, it's the same regime, but with more Trump in it. It's kind of fucked up. Green Man Dave said, happy birthday, Jovan. Go fuck yourself, Jimmy. Fiona the Foxy says, happy birthday, Jovan. Go fuck yourself, Jimmy. Arcane Goat says, all of a suddenly, happy birthday, Jovan. This was a conversation we had on the last show, since it's not maybe making sense. So I think that the phrase all of a sudden is stupid, and that there is almost no reason except for the song Tribute by Tenacious D to ever use it over the phrase suddenly. Jovan's worried I double cooked today.
No, the problem is a lot of theater songs I like have the phrase all of a sudden.
Okay, I'll give it to music because you need to fill the syllables. All right, yeah. I'll take music off the table. Narratively, people are like, yeah, but all of a sudden it's more suspenseful. I'm like, that's tone of voice.
All of a sudden, Palpatine returned.
Suddenly, Palpatine returned. Palpatine returned suddenly. I just don't. And I'm like, you're saving yourself syllables. Oh, shit. I think you can't even hear me now, too. Oh, man. Why did Matthew bail? Oh, Luthien's on the other one. Can't hear you yet. You might have to toggle your Zoom on and off. Hey, Luthien, why did Matthew bail? He was gonna lecture us.
He's
right,
gonna call back. His mic was horrible.
Oh no.
336-543-2101. 336-543-2101.
Oh no.
Matthew, do call back. Oh man. Sour crude oil makes diesel. I mean, that's industry, agriculture, and transportation. Yeah, it's gonna be.
There we go.
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, no, that was weird. My mic just stopped after it unplugged.
Writer's perspective, all of a sudden is an ambient, I don't know how to say these, pentameter, which is a rhythm pleasing to hear and read, and suddenly is an adverb, which we try like hell to avoid, as it is lazy writing. I'm sorry, you're a terrible writer. I don't actually know you. You might be a great writer. All of a sudden is a crazy phrase. It's so excessive. It's too many words. It doesn't actually make much sense. All of a sudden, how come the only thing we ever quantify is suddens to one? What if I have 4 suddens I want to talk about? Can I say, and then 4 suddens later? Nobody's doing that shit. It's clunky as fuck. I already said I'll give it to music. Music is fine, guys. I'll give it to music. Matthew, do call back 336-543-2101 if anybody wants to debate us on the shit.
No, because also all of a sudden sounds better when you're mocking someone.
And then like all of a sudden, that's almost music, though.
Exactly. You can't do that with
that's
suddenly.
Almost music. You kind of. And then suddenly, I can totally do suddenly.
Yeah, it don't hit the same.
Suddenly, I realize. Suddenly, Euro and travel.
All of a sudden, it's funnier. All of a sudden, it's funnier.
I don't think the difference is such that I would want to keep all of a sudden in its current overused state, which has led to an entire other group of people that need to be ended. I'm not meaning to advocate for genocide, but if you say all of the sudden, I don't love that you exist.
You did remind me of the one good thing I think Trump has done.
Made you allowed to say shit on the news?
No, got rid of the penny.
Is the penny gone?
Like they don't mint it. They don't mint it anymore.
Oh, okay.
I've been an OG penny hater for years.
Yeah. I have not.
I was riding that penny hate train before it was cool.
I am certain there's cash somewhere in my house. It will be something that I had to pay in cash, had to go to an ATM, and then had to get change. So it'll be the change from a transaction from a cash-only place from at some point in the last couple of years. But other than that, I wouldn't have noticed if the dollar bill disappeared. I only paid with a card.
The only thing I've paid for cash in the last, 6 months.
Oh, yeah?
Are these. Because the only thing I buy in cash is when I'm buying something off of somebody on, the marketplace.
My dude doesn't like Venmo.
Actually, my CRT TV I Zelled the person for. Yeah. These they asked for cash.
All right. I think we've misheard Luthien. I don't think that this is Jess calling. You see what I'm saying?
What? Oh, is it Jeff?
Yeah, it's Jeff. It's Jeff.
Okay, Jeff. We're desperate, Jeff. We're not that desperate.
Yeah. Oh, Jeff hung up. Did you drop him?
Oh no, I thought you dropped him. When you said it was Jeff, I thought you dropped him.
We've had people call on to debate, Jeff, Matthew, and some other person, and they've all dropped off. So I don't know. People just really want more birthday super chats, so do send them in. I don't know if Jeff is serious. I don't want to do the whole you bought something, therefore capitalism, because it's just such a bad. Jeff was calling to say we secretly love capitalism because we thrive. And I say the same thing to people. You called the wrong one. The kind of content I was doing before I switched to prioritizing a profit sharing model with other hosts before literally turning off what was this channel for like 2 years was making more money for me. I literally chose a path that makes less money for me, makes more money for people who I do care about, and I have prioritized literally social good over capital.
Also, none of us on like content creators in the vein that we are, at least Jimmy owns a company, so it's a little different. But content creators in the vein of like that I am, like we're workers. We work for Google. We work for on Twitch. We work for Amazon. We don't even get 100% of the profits from our own streams.
Yeah, no shit. These super chats, as sad as I am to say, still send them. I think YouTube gets 30% or 35 right off the top.
Twitch, I only hit Partner Plus like sometime last year. They take 40% now, but they took 50% of my earnings before if you're just a standard partner.
To me, it was crazy too that every single thing that they have added, like memberships, they don't want people to do Patreon. They want you to do YouTube memberships, but they still take it that way. The reason why we do Patreon and we don't prioritize memberships is because Patreon only takes like 12% once everything's said and done. And that includes your like processing fees and shit. Whereas YouTube, it starts at like 35%. It's something crazy. YouTube
memberships are just like the ease of access is why I stick with them.
Yeah.
It's just easier. I don't have to double upload everything to Patreon. I can just do the YouTube membership.
That's why you're right. Membership here, we basically give the benefit of bypassing slow mode and having the special badges, and that's it. That's like, yeah. Anyway, God Sinner says, happy birthday, Jovan. Love y'all. Mom doesn't want me watching y'all on the TV because my dad complains to her about being forced to listen to it. He listens to Red Pillar sometimes while I'm in bed. God's Sinner.
What? Tell your dad to call. Wait, is your dad watching us right now?
God Sinner. What's your dad's first name?
Talk to God Sinner's dad. Talk to his dad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's your dad's first name? Just a first name or a nickname?
I'm going to guess. Oh.
His friends call him Rusty, don't they? Right? Like, that's a pretty good guess.
Does your dad think, like, Hegseth was super qualified for his job?
This is the best Department of War. Hey, you know what? Technically, he is the best Secretary of War America has ever had.
Dude, you see that the report came out and it was 100% America that blew up that school?
Right. And did you watch the guy who was like, Mr. Trump, why did you say that it was Iran when even your own intelligence agency and the Defense Department behind you won't say it? And we now know for sure it was a Tomahawk missile. And Donald Trump literally had to go, well, really, I don't know too much about it. I've heard there is an investigation, but I would be fine either way.
Lots of countries have tomahawks.
whatever the report says, I will be fine with the outcome. Kind of shit.
Imagine that's the kind of shit where you get caught like drawing on the walls as a kid. And your mom's like, "Well, you have the markers. Lots of people have markers, Mom.
Lots of people have crayons. Frankly, if you go to my class at the school, you go to the school, you're gonna find." A lot of crayons. Yeah, but you wrote property of Timmy on the side of yours, and I can see that the crayon's still at the bottom. There are a lot of Timmys. Frankly, there are a lot of Timmys. Timothy Chalamet, okay? He's having sex with Kim Kardashian. Timothy Oliphant, sounds like elephant. Kind of makes me feel sexually strange, frankly. That's all the Timothys I can think of.
I hate how good your Trump impression is.
Thanks, Ann. What's a single other Timothy?
Timothy Chalamet, Timothy Oliphant, Timothy Turner.
Timothy Poole. We're really pretending to like Timothy Poole. He's I like him because our IQs, they both add up to 100. It's a nice even number. You get Timothy Poole and me in the same room, and we got 100 between us. That is an A++. Well, everybody gave up. All right, so I'm going to keep running super chats. Guys, the phone number's there. I think you're on to something. Maybe late on a Wednesday night ain't the night to do
I don't think late on a Wednesday night is the night.
Or do we go crazier? Guys, God doesn't exist, and if he did, Jesus was trans.
Oh, okay? I thought you meant like, do we start at midnight next time?
That would be tight. I'd do that.
For you, maybe.
You know what's funny is earlier I even thought, should I actually do a stream that prioritizes being able to show news off in case, because it's a different time. And I thought, nah, people love us. We'll get callers.
But you can still
People
show
will hit
news.
that
I can
like
just
button.
I can just switch my camera to a news feed.
Yeah. Timothy Allen, Timothy
But
Horton.
Ain't much happening
Perry
that's not
Form
related
outing
to
himself
Iran.
as a Canadian. Let's read some more of these. Jeff, we already did. Python says, happy birthday, Jovan. Hey, Jimmy Snow, fuck your birthday. Go fuck yourself. Pink beanie coming. Hell yeah. Black, I think you mean black beanie, pink embroidery, I think.
What about black?
People have described you. This is a true story. People have described you as my black twin.
We don't even look remotely similar.
I know, it's crazy. My black twin always serves me better than the white one. My
Crazy.
black twin always gets me where I need to go.
You don't watch the TED show, do you?
No, not yet.
Okay, you got with how much we like American Dad, you gotta watch
Yeah.
TED.
I wish I could
Ted-
do a single impression from American Dad.
TED might be Seth MacFarlane's best TV show.
Really?
It's so funny, dude.
American
It's so
Dad's
fucking funny.
good.
It's Danuda.
Danuda.
Will you go there with me?
Do you eat?
Do you
Hyde
eat?
says, happy birthday, Jovan. Also, sorry, Jimmy, none of my 3 dads are MAGA. 3 dads. Hell yeah. Well, guess who's going to be your 4th? Sounds like a party. I'm there. Let's see. Master Neo. Jeff, while you were gone, said he actually does now support universal health care.
Oh, okay.
Master Neo says, I've been having better conversations with MAGA asking in a given system, is it more important to make sure everyone who needs a thing gets it or make sure people don't abuse? What's a better framing?
That's a good framing of that
good.
question. One of the questions I've like recently is asking them, like, let's say conservatism wins and you guys have control of everything for 20 years. What looks different from today to then? And they have no answer.
I like getting numbers in place. I'd say if I was going to Master Neo, my version of that question that I've probably asked before would be something like, let's say you could create a system by which everybody receives food. No one starves.
Everybody eats.
What percentage are you willing to accept of abuse of that system? Well, I mean, basically that. What percentage of abuse? Like, if you take away the program, people starve. If you have the program with some amount of abuse of that program, everybody is fed, no one starves. What amount of abuse? And then usually you're going to get something like, well, if more than 10% or 5% of people, and it's like, so to be clear, if more than 5% of people abuse that program, you would go back to letting people starve rather than let the 5% of people abuse it. And if you actually create an equitable system, abuse goes down, because how do you abuse an equitable system? They're literally like worried about, well, if there's a bread line, they're going to get a second loaf of bread. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. If you had Medicare for all,
loaf of bread.
There's no more medical fraud. There's no abuse.
That's one of the things I love is when people are like, yeah, but in communism, there's bread lines. I'm like, we've had bread lines multiple times.
Right. Literally, you know what bread lines also sometimes are here? Just the line at the grocery store. You have people pulling out their WIC cards ahead of you. You have people pulling out their food stamps cards. Like, we already...
I don't remember government cheese.
Ooh, was it gross? I had Mormon cheese. It's different.
Listen, I grew up like pretty poor, but we weren't government cheese poor.
Did you ever have powdered milk?
No.
So Mormons have their own internal welfare system that kind of supplements the regular welfare system, because Mormonism wants you reliable on them for short periods of time so they can get your 10% for longer periods of time. Dude, Mormon powdered milk.
Never trust a group of people that invented soaking.
Okay, for the record, soaking is a meme.
I think y'all do it.
We don't. We have other loopholes. I grew up a Mormon breaking the rules. I lost my virginity at like 14 or 15, like in that.
You didn't even
time
know
zone.
about Mormon bubble porn.
No, once you told me what it was, by the way, I wasn't first exposed to that by Mormons. I was literally exposed to that first on MySpace when I was a teenager, and I'm pretty sure it was a Miley Cyrus in a bikini thing, which looking back, I was only 14 or 15, so less creepy, but that means some adult went on. Miley was my age, guys.
It's probably Kid Rock that did that.
Yeah, no shit. They were bubble porning. They were literally bubble porning. Dude, the way I think back to when I was 13 years old, I'm like, how did my dad not get visited by the FBI? Because my introduction to pornographic material was at 13. And as a 13-year-old Mormon with no exposure to anything, I didn't understand why things were bad or what bad things were out there. So I went looking for porn at 13 of people my age, failed to find it at 13. So that's good news. The filters were better back then. I hear it's not difficult today. But the way my dad never got a visit from the FBI with some of the terms that I was putting into Yahoo search back those days, it's kind of crazy.
Did you, I still remember literally the first time I saw porn. Like I remember exactly what I typed into the computer because I saw it by accident.
Yeah.
I typed in, I was looking to look up X-Men.
Dude, I know mine too. Go ahead. I
was trying to find the X-Men. Like I was like on a computer. I was like, oh, I want to see X-Men, like Wolverine, blah, blah, blah. But I typed in X-Man.
Oh yeah.
And somehow ended up on a XXX site and saw boobs. And I was like, whoa.
Okay, so my first boob on a porn site. I think there are going to be people who accuse me of lying because this is often what people say was like, it's like an urban legend almost. I was doing a report for social studies in my school, my junior high in Louisiana, and you had to do like a little write-up on every president. You had to write like a paragraph about every president. And I typed in whitehouse.com, which for a long period of time was not, it was a porn site. Whitehouse.com was porn for a long time. Whitehouse.gov was the website. So I typed in whitehouse.com. And I saw my first boob. It was a large black woman's boob, a detail I made sure to include when I told my mom about how I accidentally saw a boob.
I like how you saw a boob and your first thought was to tell your mom.
It really, Mormon guilt, dude. Mormon guilt. I would have been like 11 at this time. Mormon guilt, super, super high.
Did you ever experience, I don't know how much you got to leave the house as a young Mormon kid, but did you ever experience woods porn?
I don't know what that is.
So back in the day, this is before the internet was like as big as it is. Porn would be on magazines. Like I remember going to FYE and there would be the porn DVDs hidden sitting next to like the comedy DVDs.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. They would have like Girls Gone Wild at like the fucking FYE. For those who don't know, FYE was like nerd store before nerd stores were a thing.
Jack, I would have been talking about like 2003 to answer your question.
But a phenomenon a lot of us experienced was when we would just be in the woods because we were kids exploring the woods. You'd find like Playboys.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know about people hiding their porn in the woods.
Yeah, so you would just find woods porn. It was a whole pandemic.
As a young horny, I don't know if I'm 12 or 13 at this point, but I'm like 12 or 13 years old.
Said, someone please call in.
336-543-2101. Jimmy Snow, what city, town did you live in? I lived in Slidell. No fucking joke, dude. I lived in Slidell. I went to Boyette Junior High. Go Rebels! Their name is literally the Rebels after the Confederacy, guys.
Go Tigers.
Literally the Rebels. Yeah, small world. We're both Slidellians. Anyway, that's where I learned that the Civil War was not about slavery. It was about states' rights.
Jimmy, you mean the War of Northern Aggression, okay?
Right. And listen, it's okay. I also learned that it's okay to be proud of your Confederate ancestors. It's okay.
Obviously, it was the North's fault.
I wonder if they're still called the Rebels. Anyway, hey guys, I think we forgot this is a call-in show. So if you want to call in and debate us on anything, 336-543-2101, 336-543-2101. I think I went to North Shore High School for one semester. And then we left. And then we moved to Wyoming. I didn't go to Slidell High School though. My best friend did. My best Mormon buddy friend. Who was it who had said they were in Slidell? So I can Renee. I'll keep an eye out for. Yep, you learn the same thing. Same school system. That's what it is. That's what it is. We've got a call that is. Oh, okay. So Jay had asked, "Can I come on and talk about Catabu?" We don't. Look.
Talk about what?
I don't think so. It's a person running. It's Kat Abu Gahazala. It's one of those things where as a white person, I want to try to prove that I'm not racist, but I will fail so bad I'm obviously racist, you know?
I mean, I've seen her stuff. She seems fun.
Yeah. But we don't like do open micing and stuff on the show. Why don't you ask Kat to come on the show? I mean, that I'd be down for.
Isn't her election like soon?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she started as a TikToker.
TikTok.
Her primary will be soon. She's running for Congress, right? What is she running for? United States House of Representatives. I am not going to be doing that. I'm not running for office ever, guys.
I'm never going to run for office. People say that to me all the time. Jovan, why don't you ever run for office? I'm like, that's not my vibe, guys.
So just look up for people who are interested, Kat, K-A-T-A-B-U, if you live in Illinois. This is the give I'll give to Jay. I will tell people to check out her and her platform. And, you know, if it comes up in other stuff, but also if she wants to come on, she can. She is welcome to come on. But no, we're not. Again, I'd rather read birthday super chats if we're not going to have the debate show. But I'd also rather have the debate show. This is crazy, honestly, how long it's taking us to get our first call. I mean, not first. A bunch of people bailed.
I mean, I have 30 minutes before that wall probably gets hit.
Last chance, MAGA, if you want to call in. Theus, if you want to call in and tell us why we should believe in God. What did it end up at? Okay, so MAGA moms ended at 19% with more people voting. 600 versus 400.
I just think a lot of the time when you have a MAGA mom, they're voting with their husband, not necessarily with like what they believe in. They're just aligning themselves with their husband.
It's unfortunate. There's also the level of a parent who is, I think moms are more likely to vote for someone other than they told their spouse.
Yeah, let me
men are such dicks.
Yeah, let me be clear about what I say. When I said they're like voting in line with their husband, I don't think it's because they want to 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
I think
Luthien, check the 801 first.
Most like old, oh my God. Most like old, I'm desperate. I'm not that desperate.
I already hung up on him. By the way, he's apparently been calling every single show to talk about the shroud.
The same shit?
Yes. He called Chewed Gum, which is about deconstructing as a woman. And it's literally like you believe in something that fundamentally you can't even get Christian scholars to agree on. So I don't give a fuck. You don't have the science on your side. You have what you think is the science, but you haven't shown that you know the science. Anyway, let's see. Melatonin Ali says, I had a MAGA mother-in-law. Thankfully, my sister-in-law talked her out of it by the second time Trump ran. Sadly, she's still super fundy evangelical. Happy birthday, Jovan. Hey, Jimmy Snow, fuck your birthday. It's my favorite thing now. I want people to start telling everybody else here who doesn't know the meme, fuck their birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Don't fuck my birthday. I love my birthday.
Well, fucking on a birthday is a good way to celebrate. First, a little background says, not true. They still mint U.S. pennies for collector sets.
So then I was correct. Okay.
Well, if I think the response to the phrase, they don't mint U.S. pennies.
That's such pedantry, though.
And who are we?
You know what I mean by they don't mint them. I mean, like they don't mint them and put them into circulation in the market.
Can you imagine if we got mad that our audience is pedantic? Is that going to be what we do?
I'll get mad at pedantry 100%.
Because you've never.
No, quite literally, you can't name one time.
You're right. See? I also can't name most things when a list is demanded. But Fiona the Foxy says, damn it, Jimmy, you got the stuck in my head. He asked us be you angels? And we said, nay, we are but men. Rock. Ah! Anyway, Arcane Goat says,
I have too much melanin in my skin to know what just happened.
You don't know Tribute by Tenacious D? This is not the greatest song in the world. No, I was introduced to Tenacious D by a black guy. Now, sure, you can say a Wyoming black guy, but that would be a racist thing for you to say. So.
Not racist if I say it.
Anyway, Arcane says, all of the suddenly my new catchphrase has evolved. Well.
All of the suddenly.
It's not going to pay you taxes. Micah
all
says.
All of the suddenly is actually very funny.
I hate it. Micah says, happy birthday, Jovan. What's your favorite Pokemon region? Well, right?
It would either be Kanto or it would be Hoenn.
I was going to say, I feel
Hoenn is Gen 3, right? Kanto, Johto, Hoenn. Yeah. So it's either Kanto. Because as much as I love Red and Fire Red and all that, Ruby is my favorite game. Emerald, but Ruby is my favorite. Gen 3 is probably my favorite of the games.
I feel like the fact that I will probably die having the Kanto map memorized means Kanto's always going to be it for me. Right? I can navigate the Kanto map blind at this point.
Sure. I don't necessarily think that means it's like it's the best.
I don't know. I'm very attached to it. My autism is simpler than yours. God Sinner says, tea out of my fucking nose. I'm at work today, sadly. We'll have to watch sometime from the 13th to the 15th. His name is Anthony. He goes by Tony, and his gamer tag is often Rowdy Rev. Wow, dude, you're just like fully like doxing your dad here.
Tony would have been great. Tony is a good guess.
Transzerba Beanie Wen. Tony was the name of a fucking unhinged caller last week who just yelled and yelled and yelled to the calmest questions. All right, let me do this real quick. Hey, Tony. God's Sinner is Kara, right? Is that Kara Cal? Am I remembering correctly? Somebody get verified for that for me. I'm going to do it once just in case is Kara. Hey, Tony. Kara says you can own my ass with your MAGA facts and your squishy, wet, wrinkled, high-capacity brain. I'm a mere leftist now, waiting for the knowledge that you can bestow upon me. So you need to call our show and see, let's put it to the test. Can your magasms survive fact checking? I'm just saying.
Tony, I think you're a little bitch.
Jovan thinks you're a little bitch.
So if you're not a little bitch, call us, unless you're a little bitch, Tony. In which case,
well, if we're putting bets down on whether Tony's going to call, then I guess I probably also kind of think Tony's a little bitch. But Tony, I like the sauce because it's so delicious. What is the song from? Not Sauce. I like from Frosted Flakes. I like hey, Tony, I like the things you do. Hey, Tony, if I would, I could be you.
Oh, shit, I do remember that.
The one and only Tiger.
That just unlocked something in me.
You're like, I want to go eat little shitty pieces of fruit candy off of a piece of paper that looked like a circuit board. It's from that era.
I think Frosted Flakes are a 10 out of 10 cereal. I still remember being a kid and you get a bowl of, back when like they only gave you cornflakes, but then you'd pour sugar into the cereal and you would just, you as a kid would scrape the bottom to just get a mound of sugar in your spoon. So you're essentially just eating sugar milk.
Did you ever use juice instead of milk on any cereals?
No, I was not that fat. I was not that big backed as a kid.
I got to tell you, orange juice on Rice Krispies or Rice Chex, I mean, excellent. Apple juice with Cheerios, excellent. Apple juice with Kix, amazing. There's a lot of good juice cereal combos that y'all are sleeping on. I thought surely if your answer was no, you were going to not be okay with the suggestion. I thought you were going to be super mean about it.
I do think it's a little weird, but
yeah,
whatever.
It's delicious. One time I did try Sprite and Cheerios. It was
Dude,
fine,
I
guys.
used to take animal crackers, not the Barnum ones, but the other ones, the like more bland ones.
Yeah.
This is one of the weird food things I did as a kid. And I would have a glass of Kool-Aid lemonade, and I would dump the animal crackers in and then eat it like cereal.
Dude,
And that shit went so ridiculously hard to me.
stack 3 club crackers, shove them in your mouth sideways, put sour melon Powerade in your mouth, let it soak in, then chew. That was one of my favorite weird things. He goes right as I'm going to pick up a call, guys. All right, well, I'm going to start it at least while he's gone. Jordan in Utah, you're online with Jimmy. You'll soon be on the line with Jovan. Jordan, what's up?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Just peachy. How old are you, Jordan?
I'm 25.
Says here you're a Wiccan in Utah.
Yes.
Are you ex-Mormon?
Yes, I am.
Hell yeah, brother. I'd rather you be a Wiccan than a Mormon. Well, I still consider myself a Mormon, just not a believer. I'm a queer atheist Mormon. It's like at a certain point, there's so much shit they install into your fucking operating system that you can take the person out of the Mormonism, but you can't take the Mormonism out of the person. Anyway,
I get that.
all that to say, Jordan, would you say that you're like a Wiccan in that you literally believe that you are able to act with some supernatural, not understood force, and you can direct that force through different rituals and things that you do as a Wiccan?
So that is a little bit complicated because I am actually more like agnostic Wiccan. So it's more of a case of, for me, yes, I do personally believe that I am able to, I guess you could say, kind of manipulate the energy of the universe. But at the same time, I also realize that factually and reality-based, that's not necessarily the case. And anything that actually happens, as from my perspective of a result of what I'm doing, could just be placebo or coincidence.
So how are you going about figuring out if it's placebo or coincidence?
I don't really. It's more just, if it works, hey, it worked. Whether it's placebo or coincidence, something happened. It worked out in my favor. I just kind of go with it.
Sounds to me the exact same way people rationalize praying, though.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it is. The only thing that I'd say that's different about that is that while I don't know if something is placebo or coincidence, I recognize that chances are I'm not actually doing anything. It's more just, I guess, something to kind of make it feel like I have some kind of control in this chaotic world we live in.
Well, we all have control in this world of the chaotic world, but we don't have control over the world. In fact, Jordan, if your hypothesis is true about your ability to modify the universe with your beliefs, that means you feel a little bit more in control, even as you're technically like warding control over everybody else. Because that wouldn't just affect you, these things you're doing, it would affect the universe, of which I am unfortunately a member. So, Jordan, at the end of the day, I think my concern with people who pray and things like that, and who have this attitude of like, I'm going to do it, and if it works out, it works out, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. It seems to me like that would be an easy way to convince myself to not take further action. And it's not as big of a deal if the only person you're hurting is yourself. However, it's not no deal at all. But if the only person you're hurting is yourself by relying on just the chance and then deciding to attribute it, and so you're not like putting in extra work to or doing what you can to try and make the outcome you want more. I'd say the thing that really bugs me about that is it's the same attitude that people who, they see a crisis on TV that happens, and then they go and they post it about how they're praying for the survivors, and it's sort of like, well, the survivors would prefer your money or your labor. And so I guess the first question, Jordan, is, do you ever do spells as a way to replace like activism, like this person is being treated like shit, or this person's sick, or anything like that? Does it ever get in the way of you doing a meaningful action?
No. So overall, because I actually have looked into the psychology of what I'm doing. And for the most part, what I use quote unquote spells for is more to kind of align myself with myself kind of a thing. So align my emotions, align my identity with myself. And it's more of a case of that alignment. It causes me to feel more need to act towards it. So it isn't just that I'm doing spells to, just like praying and just hoping that things work out. It does also have action involved with it.
I don't know. To me, it sounds like you're saying you don't even believe that it's doing it, but you're not curious to find out then what the actual thing that is helpful. Because that next step can also be, I've told the story for a long time about how I believed in prayer. And one of the reasons why I had a strong testimony of prayer was with my illness, I get a lot of intestinal pain. And when I was a kid, I would get to a point where it just hurt too much. And basically at those times, I would say to God something along the lines of, this is more than I can handle. Please take it from me. And usually shortly thereafter, I would experience relief from that pain. But then once I stopped believing in God, but was still confused about that, I figured out that that pain that I was having usually was basically a sign that it's almost over. So that maximum pain is like the end stage of those things that are happening. And so it turns out whether I pray or not, once I hit that peak pain, I'm the same amount of time from getting relief. Once I knew that and put that together, now I had the ability to articulate to my doctor something that was happening, and we were able to work on that. And actually that specific thing we have medically taken care of. And so to me, if you're sitting and you're going, I don't even know that I suspect that it's actually working, there's probably something else going on. I don't know why you would deny yourself the potential to develop further into solutions by finding out what the secular explanation is.
So one of the reasons that I found for me, even after leaving the church, I was feeling a bit lost. I was feeling a bit empty. And I realized that for me personally, I need to have something spiritual to believe in, even if it is just a slight belief with the acknowledgement that there could be nothing.
What does the word spiritual mean to you?
Gives me, in all honesty, I haven't actually thought of that. That would be the thing you need to figure out, because if there's not when you say I need to have a spiritual belief, I hear I need to believe in something that is essentially ghosts. I need ghosts to show up at some point. I need to believe ghosts are at least possible. But that's usually when people mean spiritual, they mean the ability, I would say the secular explanation of what a lot of people are actually describing is a unifying principle with humanity at large or other living creatures at large, where there's this sort of shared experience and understanding of self, that self exists. And so when you say spiritual, but you don't necessarily know whether your God beliefs or you're saying it's something you need, I think what you need is a sense of something that can assure you that other human beings go through shit too. And other human beings understand that they are both empowered by and limited by empathy. And I would argue that an empathy-based, quote-unquote, spirituality has the ability to be functionally productive, and the upper limit of your productivity with your magical one has already been met. Okay, I can understand that. There was actually a thought experiment that I was hoping to do with both of you. Just something that I've thought of that I thought that you guys could find possibly interesting.
Okay, well, Jovan's still not back, but go ahead.
Okay. Do you know what a tulpa is, by any chance?
What is the word you're using?
Tulpa. It's TULPA.
Yeah.
So essentially, I had this.
By the way,
thought
that's not
a bit ago.
Wiccan. That's more Buddhist, right? Isn't it the
Buddhist
who believes
I know.
Okay.
I think so.
So you're not
But
Wiccan. You're Wiccan, but you're also Buddhist?
no,
I guess it's possible.
it's not necessarily. It's not necessarily something that I necessarily believe in. It was more just a thought experiment for myself of, what if kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially one day I was just thinking, you know, a lot of science and a lot of what atheists say is that humans created God, which I completely agree with. Gods are just a creation of man that we use to try to explain things and to try to find peace in our lives. But I was thinking, what if, like, tulpas were a real thing? Could it be a case of if enough people believed in one thing hard enough that it somehow became a reality?
Cool. So we can what if all the things that potentially could exist until the cows come home. What's our first good reason to believe they might exist? Not do, but might.
I don't really have a good reason for it to be a might. It was just a thing of, this would be interesting, kind of a thing.
Right, but if you're approaching that, especially when you have a mind that wants them to be true, when you're saying like, I need a spirituality. So you're looking for a spirituality, even though you have an ill-defined term there, apparently. And you go like, what if this is the explanation, but you have no other foundation to connect it to even the questions that come prior to it? Like, what would be more meaningful in engaging that versus leprechauns, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. Oh, I guess I was just overall curious about, I don't know, how you and Jovan would kind of take it, how you guys would see it. Just kind of wanted your viewpoint, and yeah, you've given me a decent amount to think about.
I'm sure I think about tulpas the most when watching Moon Knight. Wild time for you to come back in. In the fictional sense, where they're the basis of a magical thing, because, I mean, he kind of has, I mean, he more has like a literal, a DID, but where they're actually different people with different origins. But, you know, he has different inner selves, inner personas. They can just come out. Like, if you want to come in and you want to talk about like some, I don't know, some fucking, the Avatar had tulpas, right? Avatar Last Airbender. All of the previous avatars were his tulpas. Why are you shaking your head? How are they not tulpas?
I mean, but
what do you mean? Jovan's shaking his head. Jovan, defend your head shake. How are they not tulpas?
What is a tulpa again?
It's like an inner persona that has its own will, its own feelings. It's like a separate individual that you can consult for wisdom in a lot of like mystic. It's literally like exactly what the previous avatars were. Like, it actually might be the example of a tulpa.
But they were spirits.
Sure, they use, but your tulpa is a spirit in like old Tibetan traditions too. It's okay.
I'm not married to the idea enough to care.
Jovan just doesn't want me to have 3 cooks in a show. Okay. Anyway.
No, this isn't a cook.
Jordan, I don't do the what if. I don't do bong hit theology. That's not me anymore.
Okay.
I do fiction. I do D&D. But you're not going to take something from basically D&D and bring it into my world of truth and try to blur those lines. I know when I'm playing D&D, and I know when I'm engaging in reality.
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
Guys,
yeah, like I said, I was just...
They're the real souls of his past lives. That doesn't make them not tulpas.
I feel like it would make them not tulpas.
How? Like how? Jordan, would they be tulpas? Does the Avatar have tulpas?
I mean, based off of how the avatars are described, I would say that, yeah, it would be tulpas. And I mean, Avatar does take a lot of inspiration from Middle East cultures, at least from what I remember, especially like the fighting styles. So
He literally looks like
yeah,
a
it would
Tibetan
make
monk.
sense.
I'm pretty
so
sure
it
they
wouldn't-
live. I think they're meant to be tulpas at this point.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
all
I'm
right.
pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So to the person in chat spamming, spamming a question isn't going to get, there's a way this show works and you're trying to bypass all the ways to ask a generic question about why Trump isn't in prison. Because he's the fucking president. Do you know how hard it is to get the president in prison? Who's going to arrest him? And there I've just answered the question and rewarded their spamming. Anyway, thank you, Jordan.
Yeah, of course. I love you guys, by the way. I love hopping onto the show and just listening to you guys debating MAGA and Christians. I love it. It's amazing.
Thanks, Jordan. Drop your Wiccan beliefs. Yep. Bye.
Hey,
Jovan in Texas. How many shows did you call today?
2.
How many shows have you called this week?
4? Yeah.
How many shows do you think you call per week?
I call pretty much when my wife and kids aren't around. So they're on spring break.
If you had to put a percentage of it, 0 to 100%.
But you call so often.
What percentage of those interactions do you feel like you leave victorious, having made the better case?
I couldn't say. It's not really about being victorious.
Okay. What percentage of the interactions do you feel you made the better case than the people you were debating?
Well, I'm trying to hear a good reason to drop my beliefs, and I have not heard one yet.
What percentage of the interactions do you walk away believing you made the better case?
Yeah, I haven't heard a discussion yet where I've heard a good reason to drop my beliefs.
What percentage of the interaction that you have do you walk away feeling you made the better case?
So 0%. Oh, no, 100%. My bad.
Excellent. Okay, go on. There is no point to you.
That's fair.
Because our audience is tired of you, and you have proven you are not reachable because you have been utterly decimated by multiple people across multiple channels. And the fact that you don't think a single time you've walked away making the inferior case means there is no point to you. And so I have no interest in a person who, after this amount of time, having been demonstrably shown with facts and evidence, calling chewed gum, calling Forrest and Erica, calling so many people, and you're still sitting there going like, yep, pretty much perfect score over here. I'm batting 1,000. I don't care then. I just don't care. The audience is tired of you and you're not reachable. So what is left for me to care?
Well, I mean, just because I haven't been convinced doesn't mean I'm not reachable. You said the other night, like, I have never changed my mind on the Shroud of Turin.
I actually made the case. I actually made the case not that it's because you haven't been convinced. I gave you the opportunity to say, I'd say 85% of the time, 15% of the time I've walked away and gone, oof, I wasn't ready for that. I actually did not have as good a position. I should have shown up better. They made me look kind of ignorant on my position. So you're not reachable, dude.
Did I make mistakes? Yes. But do I still feel like I hold the right position?
That wasn't the question that was asked of you. That wasn't what was asked of you. So
right position.
You've now said 3 times the wrong thing that I asked you. So you're not reachable. The audience is tired of you, and you don't even actually listen to me.
Okay. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
Gohan. But I have another question. The answer to that question is going to depend on whether or not we attempt to take this call further.
Sounds good.
1,000 people are watching. Would you like them to refer to you as a he, a she, a they, or something else?
I think we both know how this is going to go, but I'm not going to say anything. And
goodbye.
Whatever the consequences are.
Those are the consequences. Walk in my house, take off your shoes. Let our audience know what pronoun they should refer to you as. If you accept all pronouns, say all. All right.
I like where that ended up.
It was the only questions I had any interest in. Like, I do not care about the Shroud. I don't care about his opinion on communism and socialism. And I think what I'm going to do, I'll have to remember, is let the producers know that if Gohan calls in and doesn't give the screener pronouns, the hosts must ask him, and if he says no, refuse to take his call. From now on, if he won't engage in good faith because he's in our home, he should extend us the courtesy of deciding what the rules are when you walk in. If he won't extend us that courtesy, what do I need him for? Like, so bad faith. Just dumb. All right. Anyway, last chance to get your happy birthdays in for Jovan here. Go ahead and flood him. Y'all can see it. That's not tired. He's depressed. He's having a sad birthday. No, shut up.
No,
he's having a sad birthday and he's really depressed about it. And the only thing in this capitalist hellscape that will cheer him up is for you to throw $5 behind a happy birthday.
True. The song Maybe from Annie is playing in the background of my mind.
Which one's that one?
The one where she's crying that she doesn't have parents.
What would you say in the last 10 years is the best musical number from a musical?
In the last 10 years?
Yeah, so modern new stuff.
Okay.
I know my
In the
answer.
last 10 years.
Let's take Hamilton off the table. That's too easy.
Okay, so no Hamilton. In the last 10 years.
Yeah.
What's your answer?
Probably what's the We Are the What Children from Matilda, written by Tim Minchin.
Revolting Children.
We Are the Revolting Children. And then I love watching that where they changed them doing the musical number, but they changed the song to Rob Zombie. And I'll drag you love, well, no, and burn through the windows. Yeah. I love that.
The best. Oh yeah, that broke my brain. So it was like 10 years wouldn't include Hamilton.
Shut the fuck up.
Hamilton was 2016.
Yeah, it's close enough.
I think it was September of 2016.
It hit Disney in 2020, which means that's when I had Hamilton. That's when it was new for me.
Best musical song in the last 10 years.
Yeah. I think
in my brain, I'm not. No, Newsies is too old. Newsies is 2012. In my brain, I'm not thinking. I'm thinking overall, like what number when put together was the best, not just what song was the best.
Yeah.
Like what overall number was the best.
I'm already partial to Tim Minchin too, though, so that's part of my thing.
I don't even think Matilda's his best show.
Which one? His other one? What's the other one?
I like Groundhog Day way more.
Oh, but songs? Is there a song that's better than We Are the Revolting Children?
I mean, I don't even think Revolting Children's the best song in Matilda.
What's the best one in Matilda?
The school song is way better. Where they do the alphabet, way better. The song is fucking.
You know what?
Bang.
I think I thought those were the same song. I'll give you the alphabet song. Yeah. What's the final number
I'm just trying to think
Matilda where they're dancing at the statues?
The final number is where they're dancing at the statues.
They topple the statue.
That's Revolting Children. Revolting Children is the one where they go crazy at the school.
So if you go song plus number plus like the thing surrounding, I do feel like that one's still pretty good. But I also like the song When I Grow Up chokes me up. Like I start to get like I get all they did a version of it where I
know I have my answer.
Tim Minchin sang it with the Annies on like Jimmy Fallon, I think it was. Oh man, it gets me. It chokes me up. Go ahead.
I think I would go with Wait for Me reprise from Hadestown. I think if I have to pick, then again, yeah, I don't think musicals have hit the same the last 10 years. Like they haven't hit the same, but I think almost anything from Hamilton is Not
All right.
not Hamilton. Almost anything from Hadestown is a 10 out of 10.
So now here's the hard. Oh my God, I forgot to suspend the lines. You can decide if we take that caller after.
Dude, I'm at my limit. I'm gonna be so honest.
Matthew, call back another day. Call back either tomorrow or if you want Jovan and I. Are you off this Sunday or the following Sunday?
No, I'm on with both you and Matt this Sunday.
Okay, cool. So call back Sunday. We're gonna cap calls here. We're just gonna read the super chats and go. All right. So then here's your. You have to pick one song from Hamilton. It erases that song from history. No one's ever heard it. It's gone.
I got an answer that I'll give you in like 2 seconds.
Okay.
All right, you know what? I'll have to give you my answer off screen.
All right, I'll start reading super chats to you. I don't think he can hear. I think he's taking care of his kid again. You only know about VHS Matilda. They did a musical version of Matilda. I think it's on Netflix. It was. I don't know if it still is. There's a musical version of Matilda that is written by Tim Minchin. And yeah, it's newer. Matilda was not 2010. Don't fuck with me. I shouldn't have said 10 years, apparently. I'm older than I realized. Yeah, Jimmy Fallon's corny. I wasn't saying I like Jimmy Fallon. Jeez, man. I was saying I was on YouTube and I saw Tim Minchin performs When I Grow Up from Matilda, and I was like, yeah. Jimmy Snow, what year is what? What Matilda are you talking about? Oh, it's like recent. It hit Netflix recently. Matilda musical movie. The movie is 2022. When I grow up. Yeah, it's on Netflix. And it's very good. It's very good. I'm waiting for him to come back. I'm going to read him y'all's birthday messages, then we're going to turn in. Did we just start? No, we're ending. We're coming to a close, but I got birthday messages. Last chance to write your happy birthday super chats to Jovan. Last shot. And you are not giving away your shot. Do not throw away your shot. I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I just committed so much genocide. So what shows have come out in the last 10 years then is what makes me depressed. The best Matilda is 100% the 1996 Matilda. I mean, that's how you feel. But if tomorrow somebody was like, you got to watch Matilda today, I'd watch the musical. I like, Danny DeVito. I'll watch Matilda on the day he passes, which could be any day now, guys. I mean, I've not heard anything for the record. I don't think, I'm not breaking any news. But he is 81 years old. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know Danny DeVito is 81 years old? 81? That is bananas. Oh, man. I remember when he wasn't 81. If it sucks, you're going to super chat a bad rating. I don't think you're going to think it sucks. I don't feel like it's one of those ones where it's like, it's not popular. Not that popular matters. It doesn't, but it's well liked. I'm just put it that way. It's a well liked movie, well received. Let's see what it has on Roddy T's. It'd be funny if I just said all that. And then Rotten Tomatoes is like, it's considered the worst movie of the year. When I grow up. Yeah, it has a 92% on, that's the tomato meter. The popcorn meter is only 73%, which I don't understand. I think it should be higher, but whichever one of those numbers you go off of more, I thought it was really good. I feel like 73% is going to be like, at least half of those people who are mad of the 27% are just going to be like, no, only the original Matilda. Original Matilda or nothing else. It's like, guys, sometimes there is a good reason to remake something. Yeah, he is still married to Rhea Perlman. That's true. That is true. People putting lyrics in the live chat, I feel like, because they know that I compulsively will say them or sing them. Pardon me, are you wearing burr, sir? That depends. Who's acting? Oh, well, sure, sir. I'm Alexander Hamilton. I'm at your service, sir. I have been looking for you. I'm getting nervous, sir. Anyway, we're just waiting for Jovan to get back. Tell him happy birthday. I need to do something about my back. It's like I have this nerve thing happening near my spine that has been bugging me for a few days, but it's causing like pretty bad, I think it's referred pain. I have a tendency to get referred pain in my shoulder right here. Like literally not just from this. I get it from gas that compresses on my diaphragm. But in this case, it actually seems to be related to something going on in my back. And I can't lay comfortably on my left side right now. So I'm going to the doctor to figure it out because it's been going on for a few more days than I'm used to not healing. In fact, Luthien, would you bring me some ibuprofen?
Yeah.
That'd be the shit. And then I need to remember to take can't remember if I took my cholestyramine recently. And shit, I didn't set a timer after my last antibiotic either, but I know roughly when I'm supposed to take that one. When I grow up, I'd prefer the liquid gels, if you don't mind. They're in they're by the magnesium and stuff. They're by the magnesium. That's right. For those people with a chemistry background, you're wondering why I have magnesium. I'm totally not referring to the vitamin. You know what I'm doing. You know what I'm making. That's a joke. Don't send Homeland Security to my door. Can't see myself turning 81. What's your thoughts on getting up there in age? I already feel like I'm up there in age. I think it's crazy I'm alive. I feel old as fuck. Hey, sexy. When I grow up. Do you think Nate Billy is just a huge Hamilton fan? I don't carry those things. I don't remember what Nate Billy's whole deal is. Oh man, you got to see Leslie Odom Jr. do Aaron Burr last year. That's dope. I don't want to. I know that Jovan would make a joke about this, but I think obviously besides Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Daveed Diggs. Those are the two cast members I would most like to see in their roles specifically. Like if I could choose who was going to be, and there's ranked choice voting, okay, first person you want, but whatever. Those two would be my highest. My third is probably Jonathan Groff as the king, but I also have had a crush on him for a long time, so that's probably part of it. But he's just such a silly guy. He's just such a silly goose. I wonder how long till Jovan gets back. I want to tell him all these happy birthdays. He sat down for a second and then fell asleep. When I grow up. Send more of those super chats though. How long is streaming going? A while. We're as soon as Jovan gets back, we're reading him his birthday super chats, and then we are donezo. We out of here. Also, I keep going back on I had this big old zit on my back that I popped earlier, and it's sore. So I keep feeling that when I go back. Jonathan Groff and Spring Awakening. I feel like I think I probably first was dang, who's this guy? Watching Mindhunters. He's the main guy in Mindhunters. Yeah. And then I was like, man, that guy's hot. And then found out one day he was gay, and I was like, so there's a chance. So you're saying technically I have a chance. Are you into system creation? I don't know to what that refers. Is that a band? Mapping out repeatable actions, inputs, processes, and outputs to drive consistency and efficiency in business or personal goals. I've never heard it referred to as that, but yes, I would say that making everything work more efficiently and creating visual representations of all of my intentions. Let me tell you this, every time we have an all hands meeting at the line, your boy brings a PowerPoint. I'm just saying. Your boy brings slides. Well, this is boring, huh, guys? All right, I'll read some more news to you while we wait for fucking Jovan to get back. Hey, Luthien, you're hot. You come host for a while. Suddenly we'll just skyrocket our viewership too. No, why not? You want to talk to me? I feel so alone. You know you haven't unmuted, right? Or you just don't want to talk to me?
What? You want me to talk?
Yeah.
I thought that was a joke.
Well, Jovan's gone. I always like talking to you. You're my favorite person in the whole world to talk to.
Aw.
Did you hear that the Epstein estate paid Trump's settlement to abuse accuser?
What?
Let's read this article from Newsweek. Richard Kahn, an accountant who served as a longtime financial manager to Jeffrey Epstein and now co-executives his estate, told House investigators that the estate reached a settlement with a woman who had also made accusations related to President Donald Trump, according to a report from CBS News, citing Democratic lawmaker Ro Khanna. Khanna told CBS News about the settlement after the closed-door interview on Wednesday in Washington, D.C. You can take the phone number off the screen since I closed the lines. Representative James Comer, the Republican chair of the House Oversight Committee, separately told reporters that Khan said he had never seen any type of transaction to Trump or anyone in his family, offering a contrasting detail to the Democratic member's account of the accuser. Man, do you ever realize you're not listening to yourself read? I literally trailed off. Like, in my head, I was thinking about something else while I was reading out loud to people.
I have ADHD. That happens to me every time I read.
Well, you read so much. That can't be true. You literally are always reading. When I'm trying to seduce you, when you're always like, I can't. I'm getting to the good part. That's never happened. But she does read a lot. Why it matters. Anyway, so basically it turns out, the walls are closing in and we're learning more and more about I knew nothing. I have no connection to that. Nobody about it. Well, apparently the Epstein estate settled with somebody who had some information about Epstein that they felt confident enough did actually have that. And it is somebody who has also made accusations about Trump. Seems to be the summary there. Seems to be. You'll never see me coming. You heard they're scrubbing I'd want to see evidence that they're scrubbing them, even as I fully expect when we get a president in who isn't Trump, they try to go unredact the files and they're going to be like, oh, the files are gone. They're deleted. They have been extra redacted. Why'd you stop talking to me?
You were reading.
Yeah. That's fair. Coalitions demand Schumer and Jeffrey step down over failure to fight war-crazed Trump. I mean, just to get started. How about their failure to do anything? But, Hakeem Jeffries did say fuck recently, so that was cool. Was it fuck or was it shit? I think when Trump did the racist Obama monkey video, the Obama's is monkeys video, he was like, shut the fuck up or something like that. And people were like, finally he actually showed up to fight. And I was literally like, guys, do you think fuck is a fight? Like literally against Trump? Oh no, he said fuck. We're going to get in line now. I know he was bringing fucks to class. Pentagon spent more on lobster in 1 month than it did on trans healthcare all year.
Are you still going?
Well, yeah, I got to read you these fucking things. So Luthien's been filling in for you.
Not very well.
I told her to get on camera. She wouldn't do it. We would have gotten our highest numbers. She's hot. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Do. Past that one. Past that one. Past that one. I think we left off here. Micah says, happy birthday, Jovan. What's your favorite Pokemon route? Nope, we did that one. That one we did. We did this one. We did. Fuzzy Logic says, the thing's moving without me moving it. Shit. I should have liked the one before because I would have been able to hit. Okay. Hang on. I got this. My thing is being shitty. All right. JOU says, happy birthday, Jovan. Hey, Jimmy, what part of New York are you from originally? I'm in the Finger Lakes region. I got to get up there to the Finger Lakes. It's hard. I always say my family is from. I'm not from particularly everywhere, but I've lived in Levittown, Long Island. I was sent to live with my aunt and uncle for a little while in Islip at one point. But Long Island is where my family is definitely from. I'm not really from anywhere. I've moved around my whole life and have never felt. Denver is the place I've felt the most solidly attached to, but I moved to Denver in my mid-20s, so anyway. Fuzzy Logic says, hey Jimmy birthday. Happy birthday, Dick. Fuck Jimmy Snow, I think. Hey Jovan Bradley is what HJB has to be. Happy birthday, fuck Jimmy Snow. That's what it actually stands for. True. I figured it out. Jay says, thank you, Jimmy. You can ignore this message, chat. I'm trying to mobilize because she has a non-spammy friend-to-friend contact system. She's at 20% versus 24% candidate. No cold call required to help. Tell her to get on. We can get her that 4%. Maybe. I don't know. How many of you freaks are in Illinois? Yes, I also lived in Cheyenne. Like I said, I've moved around a lot. I've lived in lots of places. I've been everywhere, man. Shadow Snake says, happy birthday, Jovan. You're the reason why I got into listening to debates.
Oh my gosh.
Condolences. KB says, as a kid, my parents never voted the same way. Dad was very conservative. Before he passes away, my dad was becoming a socialist. Happy birthday, Jovan. Go fuck yourself, Jimmy.
True.
My dad is almost certainly not going to become a socialist before he dies. My plan is, as he is leaving this world, whisper into his ear, I'm going to start having kids now. Something along those lines. It makes more sense in context. It'll be devastating to him to know that his grandchildren will never know what he's like through any lens besides me. He has other grandkids, though, and he's also crazy. I don't know who you care. If you knew the guy, it's funny, okay? Anyway, Lone Gunman says, what wine goes with Captain Crunch? Happy birthday, Jovan. Fuck your birthday, Jimmy. What wine goes with Captain Crunch?
What wine goes with Captain Crunch?
You've never mentioned wine to me once, so I don't know that I know you as a wine guy.
I don't drink.
Yeah, I don't drink. So, Welch's.
I think wine is gross.
The answer is Welch's, right? Like grape juice.
Like the grape juice, yeah.
Yeah, red grape juice. I grew up Mormon, and I understand that wine also means grape juice. Listen, do you remember, were they still telling that lie growing up in the Mormon church when you were growing up, that when the Bible refers?
It like wasn't really alcohol.
Yeah,
like,
that Jesus was having grape juice.
Soda. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a lie, by the way. Like, it is definitively true that Jesus consumed alcohol in the Bible, alcoholic wine. It was a fermented grape juice. And growing up in Mormonism, they lie and tell you, no, there wasn't alcohol in the wine. It was just grape juice. They called wine, grape juice wine. Up to Poppet says, happy B-Day, Jovan. We need another caller that invents mute features to spice up the night. I think maybe you meant invokes mute features.
No. They were talking about a dude that was on my show earlier.
Oh, the one who said, thought that you could hear him when you were mute. Yeah. Misha says, happy birthday, Jovan. Go fuck yourself, Jimmy. Jay says, happy birthday, boys. Guys, you don't have, by the way, I don't need a complimentary happy birthday. This can be just Jovan's birthday. You don't have to mention, I don't need like, here's your participation present so you don't get mad that you see somebody else getting a present. I worry that I give off that vibe. Jay says, happy birthday, boys. You both and the other hosts have helped strengthen my understanding and my rhetoric. Happy to be a supporter. Thanks for humoring my calls and advocacy. Thanks, Jay. Sasha says, happy birthday, Jovan. Perryform says, happy birthday, Jovan. May you and the line have all the MAGA dads call in the year to come. Fuck, I would love that. Send me your huddled MAGA dads.
Word.
Kuhn says, I feel you on the back pain, Jimmy, both spinal and zit. Also, happy birthday, Jovan. I didn't know before.
Word.
If you don't know now, you know. Michael says, I designed a system I would like you to read. I mean, you can send it, but boy, a lot of people send me a lot of shit that I want to read. They want me to read, and I got to tell you, the odds are low. But, you know.
2 words.
Fuck yourself?
6 words.
Go fuck yourself, you ugly asshole.
1 word.
Gay.
9 words.
Okay, but I got to do the next one. This is the worst birthday episode ever. Okay, Jovan, 14 words. Oh, you don't get it? Okay, never mind. It was a joke.
No, I was trying to see if a haiku had 14 words in it.
Oh, no. I thought you were going toward that joke, so when you didn't, I thought you were going to see if I knew the 14 words, which I will tell you, I don't. But I know there are 14 words of white supremacy.
Oh,
I just don't know
did
what
not
they
that
are.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I thought that was literally where you were taking me.
No.
We're
No,
gonna
dude,
see
I have
what-
no clue. I have no clue what I'm saying at this moment in time.
You've never heard of the 14 words?
I'm going to be so real with you.
Yeah.
Nothing you're saying is going to sink in right now.
So just so you
I'm
know, if you
glazed
see a
over.
username in the future that ends in 1488, they're a Nazi.
That I knew.
Yeah. Well, you know the 88, but the 14 is also a
didn't know the
Nazi
14.
thing. Yeah. Yeah. It's, oh, man, I Google them. I don't want to even say them out loud, but it's just something about like preserving the future for our white children in the race or what, some shit like that. It's the like mantra of the Klan. Anyway, Better Living says, happy birthday to Jovan and happy unbirthday to Jimmy. That's how I like it. Clowny Bloom says, happy birthday to J Duo and good night. I'm still getting these participation birthdays. Michaela says, Jimmy, I was taught that too as an Seventh-day Adventist kid. It wasn't real wine, LOL. Fuck your birthday. Go fuck yourself. P.S. Use pimple patch things on the zit to decrease pressure. Yeah, that's probably true. I have like 3 or 4 recurring cyst zits. Anyway, Jovan's basically asleep, so bye. We even threw Luthien for a loop there.